Well, I just want to say hi. This is not AA. My name is Disciple. I've made a lot of mistakes. And the good thing about it is that I'm giving you guys an opportunity to learn from my mistakes. I've done this for a while, and I can honestly say what can happen, happens. And the thing is, I've never had that kind of instructions for people to say, no, this is what you do, this is how you do it. And freaking out is part of it. It's just learning how to manage that. So, a lot of people want to know, what do I do? I could just show you a little bit of my sizzle reel. I don't have an ego to bruise, but just giving you an idea.
Can't you do anything besides action?
What do you mean, like a dialogue scene?
Yeah, like a dialogue scene.
Well, you know what I can right now.
That's a good point.
Again, my ego is not like that. It's just that we have to make something sizzle. I speak at a lot of conventions, like cosplays and stuff like that, how to make stuff. Now I'm introducing the cosplay people to the world of filmmaking. So I'm kind of bridging that.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Today, we're being co-sponsored by Cause and Effects. My home gallery is at the Alameda Theater. And if you guys go down there in the lobby, we have the Mandalorian and all of them. I'm the guy who creates that. So my thing is just putting it all together and coming out with something really cool in the Bay Area. Because I found out there's not a lot of weapons designers or costume designers that's based out here. You usually have to go to LA. It's not that I don't like Hollywood. I just don't like Hollywood. Okay, so you're here for the class, How to Survive a 48-Hour Film Festival.
Right.
So our presentation is something that I haven't seen too much of because people are running and gunning all the time. So the first thing of all, it's really fun when it works. So I'm going to sort of shepherd you through to what you can expect. Let's see. So, what is a 48-hour film festival? You have 2 days to make a short film, write, shoot, and edit. By definition, the challenge, a lot of people say you cannot make a 48-hour film festival. I mean, a film, not within 48 hours. I say you can. You just have to plan it out. And I don't mean to talk bad about anybody who takes classes like at New York Film State and all that stuff. That's working with film. We are talking about people in the ground level. Besides, what doesn't kill you makes you stranger, makes you more interesting. And I'm a believer in that because everyone here is a storyteller. If you had a dream, you can tell a story. So people who say you can't do this, see that as a challenge. So the requirement of the elements of the nature of the whole 48-hour film festival, it is usually, I'm still getting used to this, 3 items, not limited to, but usually it's around. It's a theme, a prop, and a spoken line. Productions kicks off, and the submission is due before the deadline. A lot of people work better when they don't have a lot of time. I don't know what that is. It's like a human instinct or anything. People work better under pressure. So you ask why, but how is so much funner to figure out. I don't even know if funner is an actual word. But you may ask, what is the purpose of making a short film? But allow me to give you 10 top reasons, according to David Letterman, to make a short film in a 48 hours film festival. It's deadline related. There is no time to waste. It cuts the fat from storytelling. You have to really get to the point. Keeps you focused, very important. It challenges you to deliver. It develops efficiency, forces creativity, weeds out the flakes, the people who say they'll show up and never do, and it's run and gun. But the top reason is that it's perfect for people with short attention spans, which I even forgot. We all know the new generation's ADD. You got to keep it there, but to make that, you got to keep them focused. 48 hours is not a lot to ask, but it helps. So, since the nature of the 48-hour film festival is to set structure, I can only tell you what happened and what worked for me for my past projects. That said, let's see. Yeah, I'm teaching this class for the next generation to make it easier for people to start doing that. And that said, the first rule is, can you commit? That is a very, very important thing. You can't say you're just going to do it, sign up, and never show up, or show up late. You have to commit. And one way of committing is staying focused. You have to know exactly what you're doing. That way you can tell others what you need done. And that's one of the reasons that I have a very, very big respect for crackheads in Oakland, because they are extremely focused. They know what they need to do, and they get there. And you got to respect that. They are very focused. You may be missing a TV, but they're really cool. So what do you need? First, you need a camera.
Just like that.
And a laptop. Dating by my age, that was a laptop back when I was starting. Without this, you can't make your film. But it is a perfect way to say, you got to start up with these 2 things. If you don't have these 2 things, you can come to BCM, borrow things, stuff like that.
Can we record with our phones?
We can. I'm going to get to that. Hold on to that thought. As a matter of fact, there is a line. We got somebody online who's asking a question. Gabe is asking, what kind of camera should I use? It's funny you brought that up. Always get a camera that tells your story. The reason why I say that is because technology is developing faster than puberty. So what you're getting now is going to be old school in 6 months. Don't worry about getting the biggest thing, the most expensive thing out. See what works for you. If you could tell a story with it, you're so much further than the people who made The Last Jedi. That said, I'm going to kind of shepherd you through the cameras of what's out there. There are many, many cameras available, starting from the first. You got to get them into the computer. For the first one is mini DV. It's still digital. It uses tape. You need a firewire to go into the computer, to my understanding. You can get them on Craigslist, eBay, but just make sure you don't get a box of rocks. Buyer beware. I didn't sell it to you. I'm just letting you know. DSLRs for $500. Can somebody tell me what DSLR stands for?
No idea.
Single lens reader.
Okay. I didn't say if I was paying. I just said 500. Cool.
I figured the D standard for digital. Stood for digital. That wasn't sure.
Very good. Now I know what to. I didn't know that. That's what's really cool about it. That's what most people have. And if you get stepping up from there, Blackmagic has the Ursa, and this is actually kind of out of style now, but this is getting more into broadcast. I noticed with technology, the more new stuff comes out, the smaller the camera is. And if you really want to go big, this is like the red. There's a movie called Gone Girl that came out in the theaters, and they shot it in this. And this is like consumers can get this. Do you need one for 48 hours and 48-hour film festival? No.
For me.
Not only that, but the media eats up a lot. So now there's a bunch of stuff you can get, like roving cams, GoPros, or action cameras. And the new kid on the block, they call them 360 cameras. Has anybody heard of those?
I have not heard of this.
Wow. I don't want
Osmo here.
to say I sold out, but I got one because I saw one on YouTube, and it's cool. The cool thing about it, you can film this room, and you can choose your angles after you film it. Goes left and right and all that stuff. I got one, and after playing with it for about 20 minutes, I went out and did some street shooting, so this is what I did. You can go high, low, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm.
That's an amazing camera work.
And how many hours of editing did you do on that?
Hi. I was like, well, I heard a glorious voice. That was all in camera. All I did was nudge it over here and there. One take. You can do that.
Impressive.
Yeah, it's a real cool camera. Question.
One thing with the GoPros that's coming out really soon, you guys don't think we're using for this. The GoPros are going to have replaceable lenses using 4/3.
4/3?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
4/3 lenses. So you can change out lenses. That would be the difference between the 360 and using a GoPro these days.
Cool.
Because night shooting, which is really a lot of folks do, change out that lens, got a 2.8, you get a 2.8 or larger, 1.4, and you'll shoot phenomenal. I'm been a fan of GoPros since I have the 3 Plus Black, and even to this day, the footage you get out of this thing still is phenomenal. Phenomenal. They just went after the wrong market with it. It's a great camera.
Yeah.
And they're local.
Oh, cool. And for those of you who don't know too much about lensing, 4.3 is a type of mount, and mainly it's for the smaller cameras. opposed to like Canon. So again, these are all tools. So to answer your question, you can shoot on a cell phone. That's a cell phone, believe it or not.
Oh my God.
You're welcome to shoot on a cell phone.
Smartphone.
But you have to take that footage. You have to transfer it to your computer,
I know
either
how to
through
do that.
AirDrop. I mean, just taken into consideration. You can put it through your through iTunes, and it's just a matter of getting it in, and then putting it. You had to come in.
I have a Samsung phone, so I am able to use my phone's charger cable to connect it to my computer manually.
Yeah.
Without having to use the wireless.
So, take in consideration. Some phones, I think you can use the SD card.
And I can use Google too.
Yeah.
While driving.
But then there's a process of what I'm saying. Yes, there are some editors within the phone, but the sound is usually not too cool on them
Right.
unless you get a USB-C thing, which leads us to sound. Nothing is more annoying than having a movie that you can't understand or it's too much noise.
Oh yeah. 'Cause
And it's hard to do that within 48 hours. So if you can, get somebody who's dedicated to sound, or what they call second recording, like on a different thing, hearing the dialogue. The backup plan is doing what they call looping, meaning having the voices recorded and then put the sound, but that eats into your post-production time. Yes?
How long is the movie supposed to be?
Anywhere from 3 minutes to,
It could be 30 seconds if you
Thir-
just
yeah.
have 30 seconds of,
you can have a 5-minute movie, it's just,
but less than 10 minutes.
yeah,
It's supposed to be less than 10 minutes?
yeah.
Okay.
But usually they come around about that 5 or whatever.
my movie last year was about, I think, like 8 minutes.
With sound, you can use what they call Foley.
A Foley.
When somebody's having a fight, a 2x4 into a watermelon, just smashing is good for a hit. These things are messy, but they help out so much. So, really quick, that's the technical side. I just wanted to cover what's available. Any questions about technical stuff?
Would you have folks edit in camera instead of taking it and doing it on the computer? Wouldn't that be faster?
If you can edit in camera,
Right.
that's cool. I would suggest you get a cinematographer who's dedicated to their camera to have certain settings. If they're going to use filters, just know, and you probably can back me up on this, if it's shot too bright, you lose some of the information. In other words, yeah, you have to bring it in, you got to play with the colors to bring the mids out and all that stuff. So, yes, you can do that.
Would that save time? 'Cause it's
It will save time. The rule of thumb, the more you get done, and less you can do later, that's cool. It's just that it takes away the flexibility.
Can you explain what that means when you say edit in the camera for people who might not know that?
Editing camera, a lot of, do you want
Is
me
it
to take
just
that
like
one?
making fanning out the tops and like just
Oh,
filming
go
that
for
part?
it.
Or-
So a lot of cameras will come with software. I'm gonna go with GoPro again, don't throw things at me yet. They will have software that as you're shooting, you can do your setup and edit all at the same time while you're shooting. So you don't have to do any post. You can do it right then and there and it's done.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's all in camera, or actually it's software using your phone and the camera together.
Wow.
But there's also a technique where you can just plan out your shots and just
Right, you plan
film.
your, well, yeah, you plan your shots out as
And
well,
you would
but.
take a single one take,
Exactly,
right?
in
Yeah.
one take, but also, you also have the backup where you can use your phone, to edit as you go.
Yeah.
So we're
And,
thinking about mindset too. This
yeah, you gotta
whole
really plan
workshop.
everything out.
Yeah. I mean, there's a situation you're doing a day shoot, and then you go in and you shoot a night shoot or indoors, you forget to change the settings. You know, that's why a lot of people have a straight setting.
You can
And all
save
that
settings
stuff.
too. That's
Yeah.
a cheat that you can use. If you know what you're going to do and you've gone to the location, lay out your settings first. Settings 1, settings 2, settings 3, settings 4. All you do is hit a button, boom, the camera goes right into those settings.
And that's why it's good to have yes?
I've heard the idea of settings come up a couple times during this. What is a good resource to get a deeper understanding of how we might want to put together settings for different environments that we can see?
I would say YouTube University.
There's no special, like,
Uh,
particular.
a lot of people, they shoot and they show what they've done, you know, like certain ISO at certain times of the day. It's a rule of thumb, but it's not one thing that works for all. Then you start getting the ND filters and all these kind of things. Settings, you really have to find out where you're at, where the sun is. You know, they call it backlighting if the sun's behind you or
Yeah.
something. All these things you sort of have to. What I would do if I was shooting something outside, 5 o'clock, and you know, I'll look through YouTube and see what they did, and then use it as a rule of thumb, but
I see.
not solid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just reference. Yes.
I think you can also, like if you have a DSLR camera, or some of these phones come with the pro apps, they allow you to get into and see the graphs, and they show you where you should be, and the settings and the lights, and you can adjust your aperture and your frame setting,
Yeah.
and then you can do it on the screen while you're shooting. Usually
Yeah.
that takes out the guesswork.
It takes out the guesswork,
Yeah.
but again, it goes back to it's good to have a designated camera person who's only concentrating in that. Because if you're the filmmaker, you're juggling a lot of things, and you will forget it, and that's part of it. That's good. The triangle of aperture, shutter,
Yes.
ISO, you know, learning about that. It's hard to do while you're writing a script, so it's good to get somebody who knows that. And any other questions? Looks like we got another question. Yeah, Sandy from Ephrata, Washington asked, what about AI? Yeah, AI. For those who don't know, it's artificial intelligence. In Berkeley, we say as if. But, you know, if you want the King James Version, it's syntheticus imaginatus. But remember this, AI is foremost a tool. It is a tool. You are the creator. You cannot build a house without a hammer. A hammer cannot build a house without you. Until we program hammers to build a house, watch out. Remember, it's a tool. So, to put it short, if you're going to use AI, cool. Do it for when somebody hires you to do something. But I implore you for your artistic integrity. Treat it as a tool. Don't let it do the thinking for you. That's it. It's 11 days from now. And that's why we're here, just to get you guys up and running. I had to go through the technical side. I know I'm not going to cover everything. But now we got to go into the logistics. First of all, you could either join a team or create one of your own. Depending on the 48-hour film festival, you can sign in during the kickoff. And that means joining a team that's already sort of getting people together, which is great. The only thing I would say, whether you're starting a team or joining a team, my suggestion is appointing somebody to be the team leader. But I'll get back to that. So, is there something that we can do to prepare without violating the 48-hour film festival? 48-hour film challenge. Well, to be fair, it is forbidden to write, film, and edit your movie before that time. We have to be fair for everybody. But believe it or not, there are a few things that we can do before the kickoff. Okay. Again, I said, get a team leader that helps. There's that old saying, these are tips. That old saying of too many cooks in the kitchen. If you have too many cooks in the kitchen, your food will come to you pretty late, and it's probably going to taste crazy. That said, how would I put it? I really,
There's actors in the room.
yeah. Let me ask. Okay,
Too
let me
many
get to.
actors on set.
Yeah. That said, actors are great, but actors, you have to respect them and respect their art. The thing I've learned from working these, some of the actors, a lot of them are flakes, and that means cast too, not just actors. Some of them are late, some of them are busy. What's important is that you get somebody who shows up, who commit to those 48 hours and deliver. And if they're not getting paid, it's not really in their interest. I'm not saying don't use actors, because actors can save the whole thing. But there's nothing more nerve-wracking than somebody not showing up. So keep that in mind. There's also props and MacGuffins. What you can do is use a MacGuffin or a prop to drive the story. Because a lot of times people have problems focusing on what characters to be with. So that usually puts that in, something to think about.
Can you give an example of that you've done in the past?
Well, I wasn't involved with the Maltese Falcon, Humphrey Bogart, but all the characters had some connection to it. That causes friction. One person wants this and all that stuff. And you got to get it to the audience real fast. So, aside from that, there is another thing, is that you have to be resourceful. And that is, I think I had it. No, sorry, I guess I didn't have it. Being resourceful. As a filmmaker, everyone here has an experience that no one else has done. Either you work as a mortuary technician, flight attendant, offshore oil rigger, all these things, that's what people normally don't have any experience with. But if you put that into your story and base those three elements in that world, in world building, you've upped your production. You've told a story from the point of view of, say, a firefighter. And that's something that we don't do a lot. That's always a good thing. The more locations you shoot, the more the audience says, hey, they put some energy on it. You know, because there's nothing more boring than just being in a room doing a 48-hour shoot and just telling it, just going out there. So showing some variety shows that you put some passion into it. So this brings up the other point, scenarios. You can't write, direct, and edit, but you can come up with some ideas. For instance, at a cafe, have a cafe, at a cafe or a restaurant, it gives you enough time to contact the owner, see if we can use it, if there's talent forums or whatever. If you do that before, before the elements come out, the three elements, you can get that ready beforehand. That's why it's good to start. Or
Wait,
maybe.
get what ready? Can you repeat that?
Okay, locations.
Oh, yeah.
Like
okay.
talk to the owner or your favorite kink shop or whatever. It's not what a lot of people see, but makes an interesting film.
Okay, so we show variety
Mhm.
of scenes, locations, characters, engine, props.
Also, like the county fair might be going on. You can have a movie surrounding that. That adds production.
Can you do costume and props ahead of time too?
Yes, you can, and that's part of the scenarios, or even casting. I want to do a Batman film or something like that, where a guy uses a real bat to beat people up. You gotta get a bat, or you could be an actual bat about this tall with eyes. You can build that, but you just can't write it. You just incorporate it. But see, the big thing, don't play it safe. Don't play it boring. Challenge yourself. If there's something you've always wanted to do but never had the opportunity to do it, especially for actors, you wanted to try a different wig or a different accent, this is a good place to do that. So you challenge yourself, sorry, I misspelled. Anyway, or in the King version, I guess you could say, challenge thyself. Like this actor, this is Tom Cruise, in a Tom Cruise movie, but he also played this this character. He did a great job. So for actors to stretch out their variety of characters, this is a good thing to do, because they usually audition for certain parts, but they don't get to create their own parts. All right, so what I'm going to show you, this is an example. I'm glad somebody asked. What is it like to do something that's totally like 48-hour kind of thing? So this gets, but that's what could be done. You know, just giving you guys an idea. Like I said, it could be really, really fun.
Just imagine all the films are like Mad Lib form.
Now,
But
that's
see,
a good idea.
imagine Mad Lib being the 3 elements.
That would be fun.
They did that practically with no rehearsals. So this is where an actor acts, you know. So any quick questions about that before I get to the
Do you have any
nitty-gritty?
examples of any previous classes that made some 48-hour films?
You can show mine.
Yes, what?
Previous
Any
ones.
past films that students made?
I
Yeah,
think
we
they,
have on the YouTube, there's,
Yeah, they're on
Berkeley
YouTube.
Community Media YouTube channel has
Yeah.
our past film festivals
it's a variety, yeah, it's a variety.
and past clues, like, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, structure. Structure is very important. Again, I cannot stress enough that teaching here is the only way that worked for me. Doesn't work for everybody. I'm just telling you, I mean, mistakes I made and what I found from them. So there's not one base thing that says this is the right way to do it. I implore you guys to just see what makes sense to you. That said,
Did you find out what's wrong with him?
I'm afraid he's running out of time.
Why? What's wrong with him?
It's his time. It's running out.
Well, what does he need?
He needs to have more time.
so time is very important. Very, very, very important. So I'm going to tell you guys a little secret that kept me up for 48 hours. You saw me last year.
Oh my gosh, you were.
Yeah. You're going to be coming in looking wrecked. Your mind, everything tastes metallic from staying up. The stress levels, you have to end up laughing. It's really crazy. So, you literally have to do that. So, let's just say, figuratively speaking, I can't really speak for this because I don't know the time because it's very secretive, so it could jump. I know the launch party's at 5. Let's
Launch
say,
is at 5, right.
let's just say at 6, figuratively speaking. Friday at 6, and you have to turn it in by Sunday. That really isn't a lot of time. So, when Friday hits at 6 o'clock, remember, this worked for me, and take this with, with knowledge that can help you. right at the kickoff, lock down your storyline based on the elements. If you have a scenario, that's even better. Aim for getting the cameras to roll at 8 p.m. And it's going to be night shooting, just so you know. If you can, assign a media administrator, because it sounds cool, to manage your project. And that means the SD cards, all the media, tapes, VHS. I hope you don't use VHS, but the editor does it too. And what that is, those cards that you use, get somebody to put it into the computer. If you have an external hard drive, have somebody assign that. That's going to make it easier. And at the end of the night, put those memory cards, again, into the computer. Let it sit overnight, because whether you're transcoding, it's going to be a lot of stuff. Saturday morning is mainly when the bulk of the shooting is going to happen. Start early. Take into the account of the weather. July is going to be hot. So make sure you take care of your cast and crew. Make sure they're hydrated. Show them respect, because they don't have to be there, really. And then at the end of that day, make sure you get the footage into the laptop. If you have an editor, they can actually start on putting an assembly cut, sort of a rough cut. You can do it yourself, but again, it's good to delegate it. So, let's say you're doing the rough cut. You get something you like. Make a note. If it's at 6 p.m. for the Sunday deadline, make it to account 4 p.m., which is 2 hours before. Do a mix down. That means turn it into the MPEG or whatever they use. You have to find out. They'll tell you at kickoff. This is a software called Handbrake. Not everybody uses it, but the magic thing about it, it can turn a 30 gig file into like 15 or even 10. You know, it shrinks the file without losing clarity. And that's what you want, because you don't want anything just like dragging everything down. And then at 5 o'clock, wherever you're living, like I live in Alameda, give yourself an hour to get here. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's the day when a big oil rig turns over in the freeway, and for some reason, they close both lanes, and it happens. So give yourself more than enough time to get here.
I won't be here in person, but I'll be able to send my video remotely. Melanie told me that.
Cool.
I'll try.
Here's a bonus tip. Put everything on, work on it on a laptop, because it's portable. Get an external drive, that way if something fills up, at least you have something back up for it, and it can hold more stuff. If you can, if you live far, bring your laptop and your external drive close to this location or wherever the place is. That way you won't have to deal with traffic. There are some cafes on University. You can start mixing down there. That way you won't have to rush down and get a ticket to get here. That also helps. So there's cafes. I don't know if they're going to be open that day. Sometimes they have an editing bay, but just make sure you know that there are some places that's open Sunday that you can set up. But then you also see if you need something online, do they have online access and all that stuff. Main thing is getting down here, so that way you won't rush to get in. So pretty much that covers the whole idea of what you have to do to get things going and to meet that deadline. Again, it's very fun, but it's nerve-wracking if you let it. Question?
I have an idea. If I have a team working on this one footage and I can write the story, I can figure this out. If I can write the story, I can send it to my team, and they can do the footage, and then I can put it back together.
After kickoff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Send me the prompt, I'll write the story, and then we'll figure it out together if I have a team.
And correct me if I'm wrong.
So,
Do they have to be here for the launch, or can they be?
So that's a good segue. And just talk about the details if you want. Yeah?
yeah,
Yeah, don't have to be here. So basically, I'm gonna say
I'm gonna need someone to send me the prompts.
Yeah, so, thank you so much, Disciple.
Oh,
We're still in the midst of everything, but yes. The prompts will be broadcast live over our YouTube channel, as well as probably go Facebook Live as well. So if you're Facebook friends with us, then following our channel, then you'll get the clues. And then you can also submit remotely as well if you're not going to be able to come for the actual thing. I wanted to make sure too that we're launching from BCM, and then we're going to be screening at the Veterans Memorial Building, which is just kitty corner from here. Like basically, we're across from the park here, and the Veterans Memorial Building is kitty cross. That's right across that way. It's a much bigger space, and we're hoping to like have a big audience. So bring your friends for your screenings.
so you do turn it in here?
You don't turn it in here. You can turn it in to Gmail, Berkeley Community Media @gmail.com.
Oh, okay.
Or you can just turn it in person at the Veterans Memorial Building. We're going to have everything set up there.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of file do they need?
So it's either MP4 file or .mov file.
And at what size resolution? Like 720, 1080,
1080,
2K,
probably 4K. However you're able to, manipulate and edit and
okay.
get it processed. 1080 is usually.
Okay. Now, for people who shoot in 12 and 8K and all that stuff, it's beautiful, but the process does take long. I will say this, at the show, they won't be able to have the ability to show 8K stuff because it gets crazy. Because I know some things get start doing a hiccup at 4K. So that's why Handbrake comes in. You can get the different flavors. Like 1920 by 1080 is a typical 4K. It's good to know these things, and not only for this festival, but wherever you're entering. So what kind of format do you need? That way your editor knows what they're dealing with. So.
Can you say the size one more time? What by 1080?
1920 by 1080, MP4.
Thank you. I already got MP4
And like I said, these things are, when you're filming and you're creating, it's hard to remember all of it. So the more you prep without violating the 48-hour thing is what I'm basically here to tell you guys. Again, a quick recap. 2 hours before the deadline, do your mix down. 1 hour, head over. And I don't care what anybody says, every editor, especially directors, will try to fit in a better shot or a better, just finish it, because time is an essence. And don't worry about whether it's good enough. Your main thing is to finish it. Can you deliver? And I think that's the biggest challenge is.
Some people like to put in a lot of special effects.
Yeah.
Which might take a little bit more time for rendering and all those things, right? Right, too. One thing you didn't talk about, I would like to ask you, do you work by storyboard? Or how do you work your script? When you have your pieces of your puzzle and you're planning out your shot list, how do you set it up so that you can make sure you catch all of the different elements you want? Because I've seen you before.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, I'm asking you because I've seen you work before. And when we filmed at the art house that one time, and you're like, oh yeah, I got to go get this establishing shot. And you're just like, whoosh.
Yeah.
And I saw it afterwards, and the way it fit into the film, I was like, of course. You had to have that. But it wasn't like you had it on a sheet, you know?
Yeah.
You just maybe had so much experience, you had it in your mind.
When you do a script, folks, it's not going to be clean, it's not going to be fresh, it's not going to be the second or third draft because it's a 48-hour film festival. If you could work on your people's skills, you know, what you want them to say, you're directing a scene. As a filmmaker, don't look at it as a filmmaker, is my motto. Look at it as you're the audience. So if you're seeing something, you go, oh, it would have been cool to have this shot. So while they're prepping that, you can get a shot of this, an establishing shot. And that comes through doing it over and over again, sitting very frustrated, wishing you had a shot. So it's good to cover those bases as an audience member, what they would like to see. Special effects is really hard. I did an idiotic thing. I tried to make a Star Trek film within 48-hour film. 48 hours? Yeah. That was, I was challenging myself, and it was not a fun thing. She saw how I looked when I came in. But I think the more you challenge yourself, the more you can see how far you can go. Don't play it safe, because this is a good opportunity to do that.
So the mistakes you've made in the past, you're able to share with us, like, don't do those things.
Yeah.
Is there any, like, number one thing that you feel like, gosh, that was not a good idea?
Yeah, getting somebody who thinks they're all that in a bag of chips, who shows up 10 minutes before the deadline saying, I'm ready to do my part. I'd rather get somebody who shows up on time. There's one thing I didn't. Family members. For you who have wives or husbands, boyfriends, and so on and so forth.
Brothers who are good at computers, computer editing.
It's a little bit different.
I have a stepbrother who might be able to help me with the editing process.
Okay, well, this is more of a personal thing.
Oh, okay.
Say like you have a person you're dating who you don't spend enough time with, and she doesn't really understand you're going to be gone for 48 hours. Negotiate. Say, hon, whatever the pet name you give them, I'm going to be doing this for 48 hours. When I get back, I'm going to take you out to a good restaurant, or before and then. Treat yourself. I need this time to be free, and you can't be really answering the phone. It's not that I don't love you, it's just that I got to do this. Take care of home. Make sure that they're okay before you leave. Because if you have problems, the problems are going to be there after. It's just on top of all stress. So try to work it out. There are...
It's called an upfront agreement, right? Yeah.
It's an upfront agreement. I've known a lot of actresses who had problems with their boyfriends. Sometimes they're controlling. And they have to look at it. Well, why don't you get involved? Why don't you hold the mic? I mean, if we're having trust issues. But believe me, the project is not the problem. The problem started at home.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. If there's somebody who doesn't understand it, pull them aside, let them know this is what I'd like to do. Get into bargaining, of what they like. So I'll take you to a basketball game, whatever. But let me do this, and I'll be back in 2 days. That's a whole heck of a lot better than 3 months of filming. So that's a very important. Take care of your family, that kind of stuff.
And I like also that you mentioned to take care of the crew. Make sure that they're hydrated and they're fed. If you have people working and helping to make the film, then make sure everybody's, if it's like equal pay in, whatever, get a pizza or whatever. Sometimes people meet at like a cafe or they meet at a restaurant and they write the script together.
Yeah, in the Bay Area, people know they're not going to get paid a lot, but the least you could do is take care of your cast and crew. I could tell you this, from all my experiences, bar none, the best part of filmmaking is going out after and having a dinner with your cast and crew. Just talk about it. And it's even better if you foot the bill because you're taking care of them. But the thing is, when you take care of your crew, they're going to want to come back.
Or just make a big dinner at your house or something.
They might have something for you to help them on, you know. But this is how the community grows. So again, take care of your cast and crew because in the end, they're going to take care of you. Any comments, questions? Or experiences you guys want to find out? Like, what if a fight breaks out and somebody starts hitting the other guy?
Be sure and get on camera.
No, write that into the story.
That was funny.
Just, are we able to use either any of your equipment here? Are we able to like check stuff out or?
Yeah, so usually what we do is that it's like normally it's for members who have been certified with our equipment, but we have cameras that are like less than our camera like that one that you could borrow. And then also I was going to mention that our facilities are going to be open for you to use our green screen room. If you haven't been here to see our space, we have the green screen. We have the podcasting room. We have this room. There's different curtains, and we have a green screen for this room too. There's also the lounge and the editing room, and you know, like so it could be this could be a set for people. You want to reserve it, you know, and make sure that we have time slots for people. But as far as equipment, yes, we could probably work something out for learning audio and camera, lighting.
I think there's somebody way in the back.
Somebody,
You with your hand up.
You would, yeah, that was.
Very funny, Molly. I was just gonna say, I'm allowed to help from my family with my video, right?
Definitely.
Like, okay, cause yeah, I wanted to check to make sure it was okay that I asked my stepbrother for help, cause he's really good at this kind of stuff.
Well, I know last year you had a script to me like that night, and I was like in
Yeah.
bed checking my emails from everybody. Like, what? Did you write this? And you're like, yes, I wrote this.
Yeah,
It was like
I
a
just
whole
wanted
story,
to
like a
ask if I
poem.
could get his help with like the video editing part of it, like the work with like clipping the footage and getting the sound and all that. And we could work together on it.
Totally.
Thank
You have somebody who has a technical skill like that.
Yeah,
So
he's
it
good at that
definitely
stuff.
takes a village for this kind. We did have one person last year, or maybe it was the year before, who came because he saw the kiosk, downtown Berkeley kiosk, advertisement for the festival, and he came and he joined in right away. He started filming at the events. You know, like got images of my dog and like, just put that in the film. And then like on his way home, he stopped by 7-Eleven, got us Frosty. You know, then he went home and he filmed, and then he went to the location, which was our screening location that time was the art house gallery, and he filmed at the art house. So like he put all this stuff together and did like a little another video special effects thing, but he did it all himself.
Wow.
But usually it takes a village, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
for
I
people
can
to have
write a
different skills.
story, but sometimes editing is hard for me to do fast enough, because that's where I really flopped last year in a way, because I just couldn't get it done all by
Well, that's
myself.
learning from last year.
Yeah, because I couldn't get it done all by myself, and I needed help, and I kept having to switch software and go back and forth. It was really fun.
It
And
forces
it
you
ended up
on.
being
Yeah.
a disaster
Yeah.
as a result, so. Yeah,
I don't think it was a
that's
disaster, by the way.
Okay, it
It
was
was not.
still not as good as I wanted it to be.
Yeah. But you finished it, so that like
Yeah.
I said, that's the good thing.
Is this a 48-hour challenge, is it just challenging yourself, or is there a winner, or is there a loser? Or
Oh, so all of our filmmakers are gonna get like a filmmaker gift bag for their team. So they'll have items in there that are.
Can you mail mine to me if I can submit it in time?
Mhm.
I'll send you my address.
I probably could do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and so just like little things for giving them little treats and things that are from local businesses,
So,
sponsored.
yeah, so
Um,
it's basically, the challenge is for yourself, it's not a contest.
Yeah,
It's
So,
just fun.
and then it's also broadcast live in front of a live audience. So the opportunity you have is to come up and talk about your process and what you've learned, and have the audience ask you questions, which is also kind of a growth opportunity as well.
Oh, the other thing about checking out equipment is making sure that it's available. So if you're gonna reserve it, there might be somebody who does that, so the earlier you can get that.
Yeah.
So that's another food for thought. Yes?
Yeah.
I know you guys mentioned AI. Is it possible to just go all AI?
Yeah, we're not doing AI.
You can do it.
No, no.
See, you can do it, but the audience will let you know. You know,
What if I had like real footage I had shot and then I AI it and then that's not
Again,
possible,
it's-
right?
That's not how it works. It's more about the like the human endeavor. And the,
have you,
Well,
have
the
you,
effort behind the art.
are you, I'll put it this way without offending anything, the integrity. Would you date a female robot?
No, but you don't underestimate AI. They got some really good humor.
Yeah, so if it's you, that is you, and that's cool. But when it's time to go swimming, when it's time to do other things,
you don't want
can't.
to rest.
Yeah, my point here is that people are gonna know if it's AI, and then that kind of dwindles it.
I'm only asking because I don't have the time to film it all and everything. So I don't know.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
I don't know how else I'd be able to answer it.
Yeah.
I really can't even do it.
No time at all.
Nah.
See, if you, the 48-hour film festival is for somebody who wants to see if they can do it.
But I do have a suggestion though. There is somebody in the room here who did a 48-hour challenge for themselves last weekend to see if they could do it.
Oh.
And so it's kind of like character building, right?
Practice run.
Practice running. Yeah.
So I was gonna ask, what about using AI for like some of the visual effects, like if I want a building to blow up? Or
I
want a
feel
building
like
to be on
that
It's a tool,
is a tool,
Right.
yeah.
but
when
don't
you
let
use
it tell your
to
story, yeah.
Do
Right.
your whole thing.
You can do AI, actually you can do AI to say like color correct to clear the footage up. You know, it's not more of the narrative, it's just to make it clean. Say like you want to change the background. I mean, if you think about it, it's OI, organic, but it's still not real when we're doing green screen. You know, we're not going to real Canon, so
Yeah, but you can use
it's in the same boat. But if I was to do AI, I would use it to clean up things, to clear things up, blurry shots, you know, stuff like that. Again, it's a tool.
Don't use it to write the story, use it to clean up the footage, right?
Yeah. Or if my brother was here, only he's still alive. He would do an AI thing and write a story based on the AI, and then say he did it. So there's ways to work around it, but you're gonna know at the end of the day.
Yeah, I can usually spot anything a mile off.
And I want to say I really like the idea that you were talking about where you're putting your flavor into the footage. You're like whatever your own personal story is, and you were talking about your desire to like understand the storytelling and like how does that work, and like how you bring your own essence into the storyline somehow is really what makes it tangibly charming and like real.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're looking for, and when we're looking to connect with people, and when we're watching something up on the big screen, we're like, I can relate to that, or that's something totally different. What's going on? I'm feeling something different inside. Like that's, you know, changing you in some way, and that helps to
Invoking emotion.
evoking emotion, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Is there like a requirement, what kind of, it could be a narrative story film?
that's gonna be depending on what they.
So
Okay.
it can be any genre. Is that what you're asking? Like what
Yeah.
genre? No, it can be any genre. So that's what I'm saying. Your flavor. Like so, if you've always wanted to film in a tunnel, and the first films I ever saw screening were mostly in parking garages. Remember that? When I first met him 16 years ago or more, he was screening.
That's translated as 25 pounds.
He was screening a film for Red Cape Cinemas, I think. And it was like all the people in the audience were up on the screen or in the credits for the film. And it was mostly like cool parking garage, vampire martial art kind of stuff going on. And just great, great shots. And that's when I knew that I was into too deep to get involved with filmmaking and with making film festivals for filmmakers because it's like family. So, and the stories that we tell visually are really interesting when you can use the camera and
So he
places.
inspired you,
So setting is
basically.
really important. You can use setting in advance, props in advance, thoughts in advance, but actually giving the
Workflow
clues.
with your software.
Workflow with your software. Yeah.
And if you, like in your situation, if you can't figure out the software, it's worth finding somebody who does that.
Yeah, like my stepbrother.
Yeah. Something like that. That's just going to help you to free your time up. You know.
Trying to think of any other questions.
But again, the main thing is you have to have fun with it. You remember back in the day in elementary school? I went to mine for about 12 years. We had 10 minutes during recess. We built worlds around that.
Oh.
And then we had to go back to class. That is what the 48-hour film festival is. If you've ever had a dream, if you've dreamt, then you can be a storyteller. So, you know, it's just a matter of just putting it together. And it's only 2 days. It's not three months.
Oh my God, but that last day when you're like, and you have to edit.
Oh, get rest
Yeah.
after.
Hydrate.
Have some ice cream to celebrate
Whatever, yeah.
when you finish. That's what I'm gonna do.
And that's something I'm still learning. Are there any more questions? I didn't want to be redundant or anything, but if you guys are considering doing that, I hope this kind of gets you an idea of a structure of how to do it. I like the idea of joining a team because somebody there might know just to get your feet wet. But if you have a clear vision, start one out. If you know people already, you want to cast, who's going to show up? That's the hard part. That's worth so much more.
I have a question of the people who are here who've made films. What is like a typical process for you when you've done films before?
You start with the storyboard and like, I think.
You start with the storyboard or you start with the story?
Start with the story.
Okay.
And then you write it out and then you turn it into a script.
And then you just kind of take pieces of it.
Yeah.
This is that shot.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a wide shot. And that's
Yeah.
going to be a close-up.
Yeah, like break it down into pieces.
Okay.
Into pieces and then turn that into a script.
Do you include in your mind like music and place?
Yeah, sometimes. And I only edit it after I have the footage and the story right.
A long time ago, they used to edit linear, meaning not in sequential. And you'll see this in old movie film theaters, reel missing. So you can actually edit missing a scene, but you know that's where it's going to be. Again, you have to work on the efficiency part.
Right. Yeah, and it's like I'm able to like write out the story and then edit the sound after I finish getting the footage ready.
We had this one filmmaker, she drew images on the, like a little flip book. That was her film. It was just like all the clues were included in the flip book. That's why it was like maybe 30 seconds. Yeah.
I just know that editing comes mostly last.
But it's always
That's what I
amazing
was
to
taught.
see what the end results of all the films are, knowing that all the people have the same clues, like but they're so different.
Yeah, it's like I was always taught to get everything down and then edit last.
That's if you're
That's what my
doing,
mom taught me.
but that sometimes could be changed within 48
I
hours
know,
of
I
a
know.
project. So you got to either squeeze that in or cut corners. You can make a short film about a person trying to make a film. Doing the screenplay and then the mafia's after
That can
them.
put it together.
That's so
Yeah.
fractal. That's so fractal.
So there's like, yes.
I know we have about like 20 minutes left. Do you foresee us having time to sort of coalesce?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we may
I
wanna
need
give some
time to
time.
make a team.
Sure.
I need to find someone.
Oh, you mean
who's
find
like-
somebody here? Is that what you mean?
I was conversing with someone via email. They said we might be able to talk to others and see if anyone was interested in creating groups together. So I was wondering if there's time for that today.
Definitely.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, usually it's during the launch, but yeah, if you guys meet
Oh,
somebody.
yeah, in advance too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
totally cool.
Especially since I'm not gonna be here during the.
Yeah, I didn't want to step on the house rules,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all. Again, the only thing is that some of these people might be working on their own projects on that same thing. So, I mean, you can do two things at once, two different projects. It's just time management, you know.
And I also wanted to say that there is a great resource in Oakland on, it's the Vine Meetup, which is Video Industry Network Events. And it's at a place called Port Labs.
Oh, it's informal.
It's informal, yeah, informal spaces, yeah. And this is their card. It's the first Thursday.
I think it's the first Thursday.
First Thursday of the month, so July 2nd or something like that. So it'll be before the launch of the festival. And I have met some of the most amazing people here.
Is it like a networking place kind of thing?
It's a networking place. There's every kind of person you could ever imagine. People who are like intimacy coaches, people who are, you know, directors who do sound, who do special effects, or just, you know, everything, every kind of thing. You should definitely go.
When you said Oakland, I thought you meant something else.
A different place?
No, whenever I film in Oakland, it's a great place to do a shootout. And a fight, I'm serious, a fight scene.
They just happen.
And some,
That's when you use your phone.
some of the people who hang out in Oakland, they'll give you some expert advice. But it's just like a Tuesday in Oakland when there's a fight breaking out, you just have a camera.
Yeah, so we can mix and mingle here today as well, but I just want to make sure that people know about the Vine event, and then also, you know, we could possibly have another event that's a more of a mixer specifically for team building. This was presented by Discipled here for the, you know, how to. With that, let's just mix and mingle and I have a little bit more water, bubble water, and there's some more snacks over here. So,
All right, thank you for your time.
round of applause. Thank you. And we can also